Kevin Van Manen Farms, Kellogg, Iowa. My great-grandmother bought this place in 1926. Me, my wife, my son, dad is retired but is still here most of the time. I've farmed ever since I could walk. Followed dad around.
I actually grew up in Newton, about 6 miles from here, so I was actually a city girl. Now, though, 30 years have been more than half my life on the farm. I've learned quite a few things.
Oh, around here I'd say there isn't a typical day.
This time of year, in the fall, they're, in the field, but they always have their livestock to take care of before they get to the field.
We try to have chores done by 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
And then, we usually head out for the combine bill, at least dark, sometimes 10 o'clock, sometimes midnight.
Pretty much I've been running the truck this year, Dad's in the auger cart, and Jacob's running the combine. And
first thing this morning, we were just taking out a test plot. We had a dozen or so different hybrids, some test strips to see kind of what hybrids are doing what and different yields, and just to get a better idea of what to plant for next year.
Conservation is important because we need to keep the soil on the land.
It's a finite resource.
It's been here since my great-grandmother owned it. Hopefully it's here for my great-grandkids and beyond.
As individual farmers, we're pretty small in the grand scheme of things, so it's nice to have somebody looking out for our best interests.
To get our voice heard, we need like the corn growers and stuff to get our word out.
We take it for granted, even in our smaller towns, that people know all the terminology and what's involved in getting food to the table.
Over the last years, I think there's been such a disconnect of what farmers do and what reality is.
Common Ground is an organization that is sponsored by corn and soybean to just talk to consumers, to connect and answer questions about where their food comes from. We care about what we're serving too, because we eat the food that we produce. I'm actually headed to school here pretty soon. I have taught on and off for several years, but this year actually I'm doing 5th and 6th social studies and 7th and 8th social studies and science. And it's fun, those subjects, I love them because you can also bring agriculture into all of those as well. Okay, so what did you notice in there? Corn syrup. As we not only grow crops, we're also growing our family.
Currently there's 3 generations on the farm, my grandparents, my parents, and then myself, and then we are actually got the 4th generation on the way, coming next month.
Be our first grandchild. Very excited. Jacob and Kate live right across the road from Mom and Dad, which would be great-grandparents. Yes, we put in a lot of hours, but they're good hours. A lot of the hours we put in are with our family. And my kids followed me around when they were just little toddlers. About a lot of rewards to it.